Okay, hi, this is Cora, and just gonna wait for a little bit until a couple of you get on. And 9 o'clock Thursday, and this is Return to Practice episode 3. Last week, 2 weeks, there were no episodes, so I paused for a little bit because I was in Europe, and I'm back again. And it just makes me think about how hard it is to return to something, right? So return to our practice, or even I paused for 2 weeks and I have to return to coming to this talk, and to keeping that discipline is not easy, especially when we have paused for a little while. And so I guess today's topic, I want to talk about how to get yourself back on the mat on days that you're not feeling motivated, right? And the last few weeks I've been talking about more on strategies on how to, when you are on the mat, when you come to the practice, what are the way to keep yourself more motivated and inspired on the mat. But today I'm going to talk about how to even get yourself on it, right? So like this morning, it was raining, right? So, rainy, pouring rain, I don't want to get on the mat. I don't want to get to the studio. And it happens to me too. So I'm going to think about like some creative and practical strategies to help us get on the mat on days that we're not feeling motivated. And I'm going to start talking about not yoga, but more on me coming on to having this talk. It has been for a long time that I wanted to do this thing. I wanted to come and talk because I appreciate your time when you come to class, that you want to do the asana practice. But at the same time, I also want to share a bit more. So this becomes a place that I do that. But I found myself not doing it. I say I should get on the screen and talk, but I realize I cannot make myself commit and consistently come back to have this talk until a couple of things happen. One, I schedule it, right? I schedule it. So this is the first point, how to get yourself on the mat, is if it's not on your calendar, it's not going to happen. So schedule it. It means, as crazy as it sounds, I'm going to tell you now, even if the class is not full, I book it. I book it. I know I don't need to, but I do. Because then when you wake up in the morning and you realize that, you know what, I don't really want to get out to that 7:15 class, I want to sleep in, then you have to take an extra step to cancel it, right? And you have to go into the app and say, you know what, do I really want to cancel? No, maybe not. It gives you another time and chance to tell yourself, you know what, I've made myself a promise to come back to the mat, and I made myself a plan to come to the practice, now do it. So schedule it in your calendar, book it on the app, and that will actually help you to keep going or still do the thing when on days that you're feeling less motivated. So for me, I have dedicated a time that I say, you know what, I'm going to do this talk every time I do a online class, before or after, right? And that really helps me to commit to it. So if today I'm having a online class at 9:30, so for me to talk at 9, it seems like very logical, and so this is actually another thing that we can think about, is like habit stacking. So stack your practice to something that you're already doing, right? So that's number 2. For example, let's say you want to return to the mat, meaning that you want to start a meditation practice and you find it really hard to do a meditation. So you can stack it, meaning that, you know what, every time I practice, I will do 5 minutes meditation before. Pranayama is another one, like breath work. Let's say you want to do breath work. So you stack it to say, you know what, every time after the practice, I will spend 5 minutes on doing some breath work. Or it can be just like 3 minutes. And so the second one that I'm talking about is habit stacking. So repeat number 1. Schedule it. If it's not in your calendar, it's not going to happen. The second one is stack your habits. So something that you want to develop, and the first thing, sorry, for something that you want to, a new habit you want to cultivate, stack it with something that you're already doing. Okay, number 3, it's, yeah, go back to coming on my camera, is I realized that I do not come on the camera. A lot of times the reason is because I don't look good. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase it, meaning that I feel like, oh, you know what, I haven't put on makeup, I am in a mess, my hair is messy, and then I don't want to get on the camera. Okay, so that's true. No judgment, please, right? But so when we thinking about coming back to practice, is actually the same thing, meaning that if you are actually more prepared into your really, you know, outfit or have your yoga clothes ready, right? Have your mat set up, you know, pack your yoga clothes ready in your bag. Or if you're staying at home for practice, I highly recommend you to put your stuff in the way that is visible, meaning that your mat instead of in a cabinet, or have it out somewhere that you can see. So you see it is much easier for you to just roll out the mat. For me, my mat is right next to my bed with my blocks and strap. And tell you what, if it's hiding in somewhere of the cabinet, I am unlikely to use it. Like my yoga wheel is stuck in the cabinet. Do I use it? Less. Where's my chair? My chair is where I sit on too. So I'm likely to pull out the chair more than I pull out the wheel. And that's just how things are, is the visuals. If you see it, it's more likely that you'll do it. So my 4th point for you, my 4th recommendation is be prepared in whatever you need for that practice, like lay out the mat or have your yoga clothes ready. Or for me, I wear yoga clothes all the time, so I am anytime ready to hop in a class when I want to. Okay, that's another problem that I have. I want to wear more dresses, not doing that. Okay, but anyways, okay, you get the point. Okay, so the last one is little bit more than yourself, is to find a friend to do it. I know it's actually sometimes very hard, especially when you're thinking about the yoga practice, is to do it alone, right? So it's true, I found personally that it's easier when you have an accountability partner. So if you found yourself unmotivated to do it yourself, call up a friend and say, you know what, I want to do yoga, would you like to do it with me? And then you will realize that there are times that you don't want to go, but because your friend is going, that you end up, okay, fine, I'll go. Do you have that? I do, right? So, okay, so here we go, 5 points, and I'll write it down, I will send it out, this will have a replay. 1, put in your calendar, schedule your classes. Even the class is not going to be full, schedule it, because that will give you an opportunity to, when you don't want to do it, you will do it. And if you really don't want to do it, you have to think it through again. 2nd, stack your habits to an existing habits that you're having. So if you want to build whatever practice that you're having, maybe a meditation, pranayama, stack it with your yoga practice that's already have. Or let's say you actually want to go to yoga, but you're not doing it yet. How about the day you go to the gym, you will go to a yin class after. You get a drill. The 3rd one is, what's the 3rd one? Okay, the 3rd one is, prepare with your gear, right? So whatever you need to prepare, get it ahead first. And then put it in visual places, like, obvious places. So lay out the mat, whatever props that you need, just put it out in the place that you can see them. And so they will be more likely to get on the mat. And then also is to find an accountability partner. Find a friend, right? There are times that your friends, your partner, or even your husband, they can be motivation for you to do the thing that you want to do on the days that you don't want to get going. And obviously, I know this is about yoga, about the asana practice, but this really applies to anything in life. Like I'm today really talking about like a little bit on habits and hacks, right? You can apply it to anything in your life, including how you approach eating, how you approach your work. And I hope this is helpful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to send it to me, and or if you have any topics that you want me to discuss on about our practice and about our habits, about our yoga off the mat, please feel free to message me, and then I will try to talk a little bit about it. And there will be a replay if you missed this, and okay, well, I think that's it. I will see you next Monday. All right.